we are in a caterpillar phase of human civilization. We're destructing everything around us. You know, our appetite is so big. We're eating up everything on the planet, including the resources. All of this because of our voracious appetite. Well, we've hit a wall, and that's where we are right now. And so civilization is now in the process of going into a cocoon, and that's where we are. And that's where, if you understand where we are now, it makes sense. And I said, what's happening in that cocoon? And I go, two important things. One, the caterpillar, which is comprised of millions of cells, and cells are like little people. If you were a cell in a caterpillar, during the voracious period, you were moving around, you were eating, you were digesting, you were building, you were working, and then you go into the cocoon. Guess what? No work, no movement, no eating. And I go, if you were in that civilization, it'd be just like where we are right now, looking around going, what the heck? The whole thing's falling apart right here. I go, yeah, it's falling apart. And then I said, and while it's falling apart, a new civilization or a new organism of civilization is arising. Going from the destructive caterpillar phase, human civilization is embarking on a new path equivalent to the butterfly, where we can live here with a very small footprint and enjoy our life on this planet.
What everybody's doing who's listening to this, I hope it's 1 million people in some fashion, are drawn to this because it's yours to do. I want to say directly, if you're drawn to this kind of a webinar, this kind of a speaker series, and if you're listening and you're actually hearing this, not just me, but Bruce Lipton and all the amazing people that you talked about, Jewel, and you are an imaginal cell, and you have a job to do. And your job is to generate possibility. Your job is to stay the course. Your job is to transform, metamorphize the collapsing of everything into the birth of everything. Your job is to turn this breakdown, the breakdown in every sector of society, into a breakthrough, and find your role isn't not a small role or a big role. It's just your role. It's your dharma.
Why bother listening to the summit? Well, first of all, if you're going to listen to some interviews, given who he's got, these are going to be really, really good. Everybody that he's got speaking are people that you want to be in a deeper relationship with. Why? Because the tuning fork of what they are, what they've lived, what their brilliance is, who they are, that tuning fork, if you give it your full presence and listen to them, it's going to start ringing something in you. It's going to start eliciting something in you. So in terms of catalyzing your own deepening and your own emergence, this is going to be one of those series where it actually, that titration process, that 40 days and 40 nights, if you did listen to the majority of these, you're not going to be the same at the end as you were at the beginning. You're going to find yourself coming out in a completely different shape. This is a marvelous opportunity to sit and allow other people's resonances to start ringing the parts of you that are waiting to come topside.
That's extraordinary. What a vision. I love this. I think it's exactly what's needed for the world right now is bite-sized hope, really. We need a daily infusion, and I would include myself in that. I need a daily infusion of hope that says there are people aligned with a new normal. There's people that are envisioning what that new normal will look like, and there's a concerted and intentional purpose behind 7.5 billion souls showing up right now to do their best work to create this new world that we can live within so soon. The solutions are at hand, the reality is at hand, and it's just a matter of decision. It's a matter of change of the mindset. And so what you're describing is this daily infusion of the next step or the next infusion of energy to bring you up to that next vibration of hope and expectation for that new reality to emerge. And so I think your timing is perfect.
Having the instinct and the courage, the knowing and the manifesting, pulling together an invitation to take humanity's greatest pause and let us all think about what does a flourishing world look like and how do we unfold our wings to co-create it and make that be a part of the conversation, not more of the old normal. We get to co-create such a verdant, flourishing, new, reconnecting to this sacred.
This goes beyond hope for me, Jeffrey. The magnificent new normal is actually a path to a magnificent new normal. And we want that. We want the norm to be at that. I love your graph. I love that analogy, that the more we put in a little bit of time every day to the event when it begins, the more catalyst it is to bring that new norm up a little higher, a little richer, a little more full of life and vitality. I think this is just a fabulous, fabulous paradigm that you're setting. And it's not been done before. No one's done this. This is something that Jeffrey came up with. And it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't have happened if you hadn't done everything that you've done up until this point.
On a situation where you're offering the world what is needed now at this very important time of transition. You've been a wonderful voice of reason in a world that's been kind of crazy. And I'm here because I want to be with you as we move from this thing into the future that we can thrive into. That's what I'm looking for.
There are dreams in you that need to be birthed. There's a version of you that is the magnificent new normal, the one that actually is committed to living the most meaningful life that there's ever been. So I would just say, give yourself to this series. I think this is going to be outstanding.